Let's get to Becky in Indianapolis. Line one. Becky, you're live.
Morning, John, and I can't thank you enough for coming to Indianapolis. And I've been listening to you since last week when you got here, and there's several things on my mind.
Yes.
Our paths have kind of followed the same trajectory. I grew up in New Jersey, not far from Fairly Ridiculous, and I relocated to Indianapolis in the 90s, and I'm in southern Indiana. And we really need help here. I've always known it was a red state, but for some reason, it feels like we're stuck. And I won't name names, but we have a lot of RINOs here that really need to go on both the state level and the federal level. And especially on the state level, there are seats that have been passed down through families like they're heirlooms. And I just don't know what we're going to do to get out of that habit. And I'm sure you can figure out who I'm talking about. But there's some much needed reforms.
Well, we got a bunch of RINOs here. This is the bottom line. They're Republicans in name only. And the fact that this thing is not sailing through the Senate, where we got a 40-10 majority, is just beyond me. Just even getting it out of committee, we got two people right now, two Republicans that are going to vote no, we believe, and that's Tyler Johnson and Darrell Schmidt. I mean, these guys are hard no's, right? So with Republicans like these, who needs the Democrats, right? I mean, these people are unbelievable. They're hard no's. So we need Mike Gaskell, Greg Walker, Stacey Donato, Greg Good, that's with an E, Greg Good, and Linda Rogers. If we get those 5 votes, we get this thing out of committee, and then we start the readings. But this is a Neville Chamberlain Churchill moment, Winston Churchill moment. Either you're going to vote this thing for us, or you're going to further give the country, Becky, to the Marxists. I mean, it's unbelievable that we have 40 state senators, Republicans out of 50, and we're struggling to get 26 votes. Don't you find that to be incredible?
I find that's disgusting, and I think most Hoosiers would agree with us. So you put those numbers up, and I'll be calling all day, but we really need the help. And with TPUSA here, and I think Scott Prelcher was supposed to come, and yourself, we really need the help to get this turned around, because Indiana is a lovely state to live. However, they're just stuck in the mud.
Well, you had basically RINOs running this place. I mean, Mitch Daniels didn't do anything. He's a never Trumper. You've got your former governor before Greg Braun. He was like, COVID's poster child, shutting churches down and everything else down. But I did hear this story last night when we had lunch with your Lieutenant Governor, Micah Beckwith, who really inspired me. The guy's a pastor, had no political experience, and decided to run for lieutenant governor in a convention where there were 1,800 delegates. We've been to many of those, 1,800 delegates. He needed 900 votes. It had never been done the way it's done here, the way it's done. This is the way it's done in Indiana. This is the way it's done. The way it's done is the governor gets elected, the governor gets nominated, and then the governor chooses his or her lieutenant governor, and that gets basically anointed at a convention. There's never a race. This time, Micah Beckwith decided to challenge the entire system, and he cobbled together 960 votes, won by 60, had a great speech on the convention floor, and now he's a beast of a lieutenant governor, an absolute beast. This is the kind of leadership that we need. These are the Winston Churchills we need, not the Neville Chamberlains who are going around sucking their thumb, telling me, well, it's not the way we do it here in Indiana. It's not the Indiana way. I don't even know what that means. You're being taken over by communists, and you're sitting around trying to tell me, well, we've been doing it this way since the 70s. Becky, come on, man. Wake up and smell the coffee, Becky.
When I talk about Indiana being stuck and I could never figure it out, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I saw a picture of our former governor. What was his name? It was the one that took over for Pence, Holcomb maybe.
Yeah,
and he was
COVID
meeting
guy.
with Zelensky. So he was meeting with Zelensky, John. What the hell is that?
It's unbelievable.
We're Indiana. We're the farmland. We're the heartland of the country.
No,
And he's
let's
meeting
send our
with
money.
Zelensky.
Let's send our money to foreign wars.
And
Right?
I, for one, I'm very grateful that you're here.
Well, listen, we could be sitting in our nice, comfy studio in Washington, D.C., or we can be out here raising hell. I prefer to raise hell. Action, action, action.
Raise hell.
Action, action, action.
Do it.
You know, it's like my 21-year-old baseball pitcher son says, Dad, I gotta be the leader I want to be. I mean, you got to be the leader, right? You can sit around, wait for somebody else, or you can go get up off your ass and do it. And so that's why we're here.
Thank you very much, and I'll be watching your progress all week.
I tell you what, Becky, any of these people vote no in this committee. Now we got 2 no votes, right? Linda Rogers, Stacy Donato, Greg Good. Any of these people vote no? You need to find another line of work, because Stacy and Linda and Greg, you vote no here. We can't get this thing out of committee. We're going to turf you out. MAGA Inc. will come in here with Chris LaCivita. He will take up shop right here in the JW Marriott. They will spend 7 figures plus a piece on turfing you out. So you better find a new line of work. Simple. And I hope things work out. We need a yes vote. We need it today. We need to get this out of committee. Then we'll go to step 2. First thing is we got to get this out of committee so that we can have a fighting chance to win these 2 seats. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network. Becky, thank you. Your call's open, 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. Keep that up, Tyler. Keep up that thing so that we know who to call. We know where to get it. Go to iga.in.gov, iga.in.gov. Find the numbers, Stacy Donato, Linda Rogers, Greg Good. Call their offices. Call them in droves. And if somebody can get the office numbers for me, you can text that to me. I'll put them up. Stacy Donato, Linda Rogers, and Greg Good. Call the bejesus out of their offices today. Don't call their cells. That's like doxing. I'm not going to give you that, even though I have them. Call their office number. That's public information. And you can find it, iga.in.gov, iga.in.gov, and you are good to go. 888-480-JOHN, you want to weigh in? Becky, thank you. 888-480-5646. And we just heard that the police chief in Washington, D.C. is resigning. So we're going to have to find a new police chief, going to have to find a new mayor. And, you know, I live in D.C., safest city in America. I want to keep it safe. I want to keep it beautiful. I want to keep it I want to make it prosperous. I want entrepreneurs. I want no taxes. I want to make Washington, D.C. the most beautiful, coveted city in the globe. And we can do that by working together. Plus, I want to bring back the name of the Redskins. Even though they got blown out yesterday, 37-0 by the hapless Minnesota Vikings. Why did I say Twins? They're hapless too. Imagine getting blown out by the Vikings, 37-0. That's pretty bad. They got a bunch of injuries though. They'll be back next year, but we need a new name. Redskins. We're going to bring it back. Rats, rent, and Redskins. That's what we need in D.C. Get rid of the rats, lower rents, bring back the Redskins. Life is good. Live in Indianapolis, where it's, what was it, Ryan? 16 degrees with the wind chill. 16 degrees wind chill. 19 degrees, 14 wind chill. This is the only place where the sun comes up, it gets colder. It's like how does that even work? Like, it's colder than it was when it was dark in the middle of the night. Figure that out. It's colder at 8:30 than it was at 5 in the morning. How's that even? It's 25 when we came out. It's down to what, 19? Like, how does it get colder during the day than at night? How does that even happen? What are we in? Phoenix? You're on the John Fredericks Media Network. Sorry, my son's in Phoenix for those 2 liberal ladies. They'd be a good fit. They'd be a good fit for him. Yeah. They wanted his number. I said, no, he's too far. He's studying for his doctorate there. He runs one of my companies. He doesn't have time for you. 888-480-JOHN, you would have weighed in. Victoria Sparks, the rumor is she's coming alive. We got Chris Gaston coming alive, state senator. And who else might just pop in our bus? You never know. We were supposed to have Mike Gaskin, but he bailed on us. Come on, Mike. We love you, man. Let's go. 888-480-JOHN. Keep it right here.